Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Daryl and this is Future Proof. In this channel, I try my best to bring to your attention projects that I think will be very valuable in the future so that you can get in early and rip the profits. And I'm really glad to see that the project that I shared with you guys yesterday, Injective Protocol, is that I shared with you guys at $3.44, that today you can see that if I were to go into Injective Protocol, we are up over 54% from where I told you guys to get in, and now we're sitting at $4.73, and we already touched $5.34, and a lot is going on with this project. I don't see it stopping here. A lot of this pump also happened because it recently got listed on COINBASE, which is really huge. COINBASE has a lot of liquidity, and obviously the price is pumping. And also the news that I shared with you guys that came out with the project was very good news, and I can see this project pumping hard still from where it is now. And I wanted to share with you guys, this is really good. Like literally right after I posted my video yesterday, this started pumping. Not saying it's me, but like just want to share that I am paying attention to what is happening in this market, and I'm trying to share with you guys the best that I can. All right, so I wanted to take a look at the market today. Bitcoin is sitting at $3,497. Ethereum $611. XRP, guys, XRP took a dump. And I told you guys yesterday in my video, I sold my position out of XRP. I don't like to get surprised, and obviously like XRP is down like 31% right now. So I hope some of you listened and some of you also felt the same and decided to make this decision. And if you're looking at the market today, we have synthetics that's been tearing it up. I hold a lot of synthetics as well, and synthetics is very similar to Injective Protocol, and as you can see right now, derivatives DeFi platforms are pumping. Okay, Zilliqa, love this project. It is definitely going to challenge Ethereum in my opinion, but these are not buy now, guys. These are not buy now. These are wait for a pullback so that you can get in if you're not already in. If you're in these trades, you just need to sit still. Set up your stop losses, make sure that you're not affected by too much volatility, and protect your gains. So what I've done is I actually sold 10% of my Zilliqa, and I actually sold 10% of my synthetics as well, just to take profit, because in this game, guys, you need to take profit in order to build your gains. You need to have some money in USD Tether so you can kind of like have side money so that we can go back in when there's a nice dump or a nice pullback. All right, so let's take a look at the price of Bitcoin, because like I said, we always need to take a look at the price of Bitcoin, but today I have a really important video. We're going to be looking at the graph, but I just want to first get past this Bitcoin analysis, because people are asking me, hey, try to always include a little Bitcoin analysis in your videos, which I think is really a good thing I should do, because like I said, however Bitcoin's moving, the market will follow. And in yesterday's video, I told you guys how we had this trend line here that basically was a past support, which now became future resistance. And I told you guys that I remain short-term bearish until we break over that 23,700, which we did. But as you can see, let me go into 1 hour, is we did break out of it and we bounced back, and now we're gonna make another attempt. So I want you guys to know my view from yesterday has changed, and that's because of a few things that happened here. Okay, I did tell you guys from two videos ago that we're gonna go sideways from here, and obviously when we touch this here, we bounce back. So the first thing that I'm looking at is, first we broke this resistance. Okay, we broke this line right here, which as you can see on the AMA, we turned long, right, which is positive. And as you can see, that resistance line up here that I did tell you guys once we touched, we dumped automatically. We lost close to $1,000 in value, and you can see that now we're forming a new resistance line here. And one thing I'm looking at is we're having higher lows. Okay, we're having higher lows, and to me this looks like a trend reversal from, this was not a big dump, guys, and we're already picking back up. This shows me that there's a lot of buying power right now in the market, and people are not letting the price drop. I do want to keep in mind that it is Christmas soon, and I don't know what's gonna happen. We might just see sideways movement and a chop, or hopefully the market makers decide to pump Bitcoin and everybody's gonna have a great freaking Christmas. And what I can tell you, what I'm looking at here, is the fact that we touched this line and we bounce back up. Look at this, guys. This is a nice pump candle, guys. This is a nice candle, showing that, hey, like, we're not done. We are not done. And as you can see, we're doing this again. So I'm gonna go in the way closer, like the 15-minute, so you guys can see this closer. So like, not only we got 2 longs here, and Bitcoin just literally bounced right off of this. So until, like, the only way I'm gonna be 100% back, knowing that, hey, we're back on a bull rush right now, is we need to break this trend line, guys. We need to break this trend line. Before I told you it was 23,700. Now it's definitely 24,200. Okay, we need to break this. So I'm gonna go back here, where I just have some different things layered out, and we can see on the 4-hour that back here we were overbought, and now we've cooled down. So as in our RSI, this is curving up. I can see the potential that we do it for another run. What I'm waiting for as a major confirmation is this cross on the MACD. Right now, I need this cross on the MACD, the blue line going over the orange line, and this switching from red to green. This will signal to me that Bitcoin will possibly jump another $1,000. So we could see 24,600. Or maybe 25,000 from there. And on the moving averages here as well, we can see how the 5-day moving average already crossed the 8-day, and they both crossed the 13-day moving average. And this is really good as well. We went sideways, we gained strength, and we're ready to push back up. All right, so this is my technical analysis for Bitcoin currently. If you are freaking out about the position of where Bitcoin is, I would definitely set some stop losses around this area here, because if we definitely go under 20,000, guys, we are gonna see Bitcoin maybe dumping back to like the $17,000. But I don't see this happening, especially with all the institutional interest right now. A lot of big businesses, especially for next year, guys, PayPal has so much planned for us, and all these institutions are buying Bitcoin like crazy, and they're taking shares of gold, basically selling gold and buying Bitcoin, because they see the potential of Bitcoin being the true store of value. All right, with that said, I want to move into something that a lot of people have been talking about, and what we're gonna be looking at today is the graph. Okay, the graph is this coin that just launched and on Coinbase, and it launched literally on all the major exchanges at the same time. And when that tends to happen for a project, it really catches my attention, and it really catches everybody's attention, because projects have to wait like months and years even to even get added on Coinbase, and Coinbase just has a lot of liquidity. So when it has like the Coinbase effect, so when these projects get added on Coinbase, they pump. Okay, and look at Synthetics as well. Synthetics is pumping hard, and so is an injective protocol. But the graph pumped 500% in 1 week. Okay, and this is why I want you to pay attention to this. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about what the graph is and how you can benefit from this coin. So if we were to look here, we can see that the graph is sitting at 48 cents, currently has a market cap of close to 600 million, which I think is really high for a coin that just got listed. This has not even been out for more than a week, guys. It got launched like December 17, okay, and we're already sitting at 600 million market cap. We're already ranked number 45. So being ranked number 45, I do think that there's still room to grow, especially as I looked into this project and see the potential. And just one thing I do want to bring into your attention, the fully diluted valuation is at 4 billion, which is really high, and that is a little warning sign for me, especially the entire market. It's only 1 billion circulating supply out of 10 billion circulating supply right now. So that's something to keep an eye on and make sure that you don't get wrecked, because this is a little overvalued. But the reason I'm bringing this up, I did not bring this up while it was pumping, because I'm not gonna tell you about a coin that is exploding in price, and I'm not gonna cause that you FOMO in and lose money, because if you like, this was up to like 70 close to 80 cents, and if you had gotten in there, you would have been down 50%. So the reason I'm bringing it up now is because we are down 50%. So I do see that there is a potential opportunity to get in on this before a next pump. And before I get on the TA on the graph, I want to go over what the graph is. So the graph is an API for vibrant decentralized futures. The graph is an indexing protocol for acquiring network like Ethereum and IPFS. Anyone can build and publish an open API called Subgraph, making data easily accessible. One thing that I want to point out is this website looks gorgeous and it's very interactive. And what's nice is a lot of these projects that you already know of, which is Uniswap, Synthetics, and Aave, are using the graph, and we're going to be getting over this. So here you can see that they show how some of their codes work, and you can look at how like the subgraphs are working. I don't know if you guys are familiar with what APIs are, but trying to keep this so that everyone understands, it's like when you're building like apps and when you're building things on the internet, most people use APIs because it's like programmable. A lot of the problem is a lot of blockchain, they have their own codes that you need to use to like build on them. And what the graph kind of helps with is it allows you to, it builds the code for you just by you building the API. So that is really interesting. We're going to take a look more at that. So it says, say goodbye to custom servers. Before the graph, teams had to develop and operate proprietary index servers. This requires significant engineering and hardware resources and broke the important security properties required for decentralization. Yes, and also building dApps on blockchain also costs a lot of gas, and this is another thing that the graph solves. So here we're looking at Web 3.0. All right, so I need to take a step back with you guys and explain to you something that's happening that you need to be aware of. Okay, the internet is changing. It changed. The first version of the internet was sending emails. You're able to only send emails back and forth. Remember pagers? That shit was the thing of the past because emails came. And that was the first version of the internet. And then we went to what's the internet now, where we are using the World Wide Web. As to like basically then they started building websites, they started building like apps on the websites, and then you have like the Amazon, you have the MySpace, you have the Facebooks, now you have the Instagrams, now you have all these different internet like applications. And what you need to understand is the internet is changing again, because the thing is, what's amazing about blockchain is going to create the next level of the internet, which is the Web 3.0. And I'm gonna get into this more in the next videos in the future, but basically the Web 3.0 is gonna be what the internet is now, but in a decentralized fashion. So like you see how like if you post something on Facebook, they can take your post down, or if you post something on Instagram, they can take it down, and it is controlled by a centralized entity. So in the future, the Web 3.0s are going to be like there's going to be like social medias that are decentralized, that whatever you post, they can't take it down. And that's a good thing. But at the same time, obviously there's going to be a lot of people trying to take advantage of that. But one of the beauty about Web 3.0 is it is going to eliminate fake users like bots and stuff like that. It is going to basically need to know that you're a real person in order to even participate in these social media platforms. And this is huge. Everything is going to be decentralized in Web 3.0, and a lot of companies are working to structure it, and the graph is one of them. So let's take a look. Here you have blockchains. So basically this is just an idea to give you guys an idea of how this data is being worked on. You have the blockchains, you have the storage networks, you have the P2P networks here, you have the public data going through here, and you have encrypted private data going through here, because not all blockchains are public, and some companies, like big tech companies, they're going to want their data to not be public. They're going to want them to be private. So the graph is going to solve this problem for both. The graph ingests, processes, indexes, and serves data in a verifiable way. So this public data, it's going to take it, it's going to basically go over that data, filter it, make sure it's accurate and everything, and then it's going to run it through the API, which is already programmed to share this data with the consumers, and it's going to work the same way vice versa. So this is mostly important for programmers, guys. So like people building dApps are going to love this, because this makes it 100 times easier for them to build blockchain applications for this next level of the internet. Okay, so much is being built. They're working on DeFi, they're working on governance, they're working on grants, basically like they're going to be doing like certain like airdrops so that like people can receive money for like staking it maybe in the future. They're working on marketplaces, so like there's going to be a different type of Amazon where it's going to be more decentralized. It's not going to be people confirming your order is done. It's going to be all done through APIs, and it's going to be all automatic. So the key to keep in mind in this whole idea is everything will be automatic, seamless transactions, and not being controlled or manipulated by any centralized person or entity. Okay, and there's gonna be entertainment. So like think about like the world of entertainment. Like, you know how people can just steal your music, whatever. Everything is gonna change. Okay, so it's just gonna take things to another level where people are gonna be getting paid for their content automatically, because once they have it on the blockchain, in order to just view it, in order to just use it, it's going to automatically send that payment to whoever created that thing. So this is really good. In the social media, which I just told you about, and they said on a shared neutral foundation, by combining Web 3.0 protocols, developers can build dApps with powerful new features for solving the world's greatest challenges. So they're trying to solve agency. So like identity, guys, identity is a huge thing. So like as you can see, like right now, especially as the internet is growing, people are stealing other people's identity left and right, and they're using your identity for scams. They're stealing your credit card information, and they're buying things with it, and that is a big problem. And this basically is also going to be a solution for that. And you have money, obviously, reliability. You want to make sure that the blockchain is doing what it's supposed to do. Interoperability. You want to make sure that the blockchain can work with all type of blockchain, not just like Ethereum, not just EOS, not just Cosmos, not just Binance Chain, all of them. And you want it to be decentralized and transparent. So the more you hold the graph, the more the coin, the more you have a say in what the project is doing in the future. And security, safe, and private. It's nice to have the option that if you want to be public about something, you can, and if you want to be private about it, you can as well. So the Graph Network, a marketplace of service providers, ensures that data remains open and dApps continue to run no matter what. And they have the token address so that you can look it up yourself. So this is what I was really intrigued by. These are little robots, but these little robots are really like little APIs. They're like programmed to do one thing. Okay, they're programmed to, they all have their mission, they all have what they're supposed to do. We have the indexers. These are the node operators that compete to provide the best service at the lowest price. And then you have the curators, individuals who organize data and signal which subgraphs are useful and accurate. And you have the delegators, individuals who delegate stake to the indexes to contribute to securing the network without running a graph node themselves. So people are going to be the delegators. The delegators are mostly going to be like people that have a shit ton of the graph token, and they're going to stake it to ensure that the network stays safe. Okay, I don't want to be going too fast, but I just want you guys to kind of like get this idea. I want you to go to the website and look it up yourself. So this is what most people don't know about. The graph is already a working product, and they're already working with all the biggest decentralized finance applications at the moment, such as Uniswap. So I've always wondered, how does Uniswap look so good, right? It looked really good. It was very easy to use. It was very smooth. And guys, I've been in this space for a while, and like the past like Ethereum dexes, they were horrible. They were shit. Sometimes I had to use some certain decks to get some coins, and it was a fucking nightmare. It took so long for transactions to occur. They were just shit freaking horrible. And Uniswap solved that problem. Uniswap came, and look at how beautiful Uniswap. It was simple. You can go light mode, dark mode, whatever you prefer. And Uniswap, that's why it blew up, because Uniswap was very simple. And the reason it was simple is because the way that they were able to create the Uniswap, it was easier for the developers to do so by just building the API and then having the graph basically convert that into blockchain. Same for synthetics, guys. Synthetics like was always looking gorgeous, and they just updated their website and it looks even better. And that's because even though it was harder to build a website on a blockchain, having the graph allowed them to make it look like current websites, make it look really nice like current websites, and still having the blockchain features. So this is something really important that I want you guys to keep in mind. And same for Decentraland, which is also going to be big for like NFTs in the future. So as you can see, these here, they're showing you developers that are thinking how like FutureSwap uses Graph Protocol for its front end. It's a fantastic tool, and we recommend every dApp developers to look into it. We have another team saying how awesome it is. So what you need to understand is the graph just helps developers build much better looking dApps, much safer dApps, much faster dApps, so that we can utilize these decentralized applications on this new internet. And if I were to just, well, let me get back to this. And guys, they're also backed by a lot of great companies. As you can see, COINBASE, that's why COINBASE was one of the first to list it, because they're part of the COINBASE Ventures. We have Parify Capital. Guys, these are Compound. We have a lot of big players here. CoinFund, Digital Currency Group, Stakefish. So there's going to be a lot of staking to be done with the graph as well, but just not announced yet. Okay, so what I want to tell you is, if I were to summarize what is the graph and like easiest way possible, is I would tell you the graph is going to be what Google is to the internet currently. It's going to be the same thing to the next level of the internet, which is the Web 3.0. The graph is going to be Google for the Web 3.0, and this is why there's so much excitement behind it. So now that we looked at this, let's take a look at the charts and see where the graph is standing. Okay, I have two charts pulled up, and I just have them doing a bit different things. So here I have the graph on a 1 hour. As you can see, we pumped on release over 500%, but this is all that we can see on TradingView. It's just showing 100%. So we had a huge pump, guys. We had a huge pump, and obviously we are correcting. And what I'm seeing right now in this correction is, I think we have possibly bottomed out of this correction, because we had hit this lower low right here, but as you can see from the past dumps, we kept going lower, so we were making lower lows, but now we're making higher lows. And that means there is a potential for trend reversal. Okay, I'm gonna go take a closer look at this, and we can see here that we are following this trend line here. My trend lines are not the best right now, I apologize. We're following this trend line here, and still on the AMA we're not seeing a positive. But I can tell you, if we break out of this triangle here to the upside, it is gonna be a violent pump. This is gonna pump maybe back to its all-time high and then continue. But if we do break down, this is why it's very risky here. That's why I always recommend to dollar cost averaging. There you don't just risk all your position at once, and also set up your stop losses. If we do break down to the downside, we will, okay, there we go. So we would see the price possibly hitting this next resistance zone at 33 cents. Okay, I don't know where this is going. I'm just telling you guys to be prepared. I'm prepared. I've been buying a little bit of the graph, and I'm also looking personally to buy more at this current price, because how I'm looking at it is, if we do pump from here, this is gonna be a nice this could possibly be just like, even if we got to this all-time high, this would be a 50% gain. Okay, and if we were to dump from here to that 30, we're looking at a close to a 30% dump. So that's something that you have to look into yourself and determine, hey, like, is this worth it for me to get into? So I want to switch to this different chart here, where you can see that on the RSI back here we were also overbought, and obviously all the way back here we've been overbought. And what I'm noticing is, even though this is trending down, it could also just kind of like bounce off, because I am also seeing a lower low on the RSI. No, I mean a higher low on the RSI. So we could bounce back off this, and it can give it strength to push higher. What I mostly want to pay attention to is the MACD. The MACD under 30 minutes, you can see that we're under that, so the trend hasn't reversed. But if the blue line does cross over the yellow, we will see a lot of upside potential for the graph. So yeah, this is all that I have for you guys today. The graph is a very interesting project. I'm probably gonna make more videos on it in the future. If you did not get a position in the graph before, this is, I cannot tell you is a good time to get in or not, but I can tell you that the way this project is going to move, it's going to surprise a lot of people, because this is not really being bought by retail investors like you and I. We're buying this after the price goes crazy. But the people that are really buying this is the developers and companies that are trying to make sure that they build a very good blockchain that's successful. So they have more incentive of buying this in big sums. So this is why I see that the potential of the graph going higher is very likely. But like I said, I would not jump in this trade without doing some very strong analysis, because this can go either way. It is very 50-50 right now, because but in my opinion, I am getting into another position here, because I do see this higher low forming, and we are getting tighter at the end of this triangle. So I do think that there is a high possibility that we can go to the upside. So my strategy in getting into this is dollar cross averaging. Okay, it's you put small amounts every time it goes down, small amounts. Like if you don't have a lot of money you want to put in, maybe put like $100 every time you feel like it dips significantly, until maybe you have like 500 to 600, 700 invested, but you want to keep buying it when the price is going down and wait for it to break out. But I do see a potential break, and it could be to the upside and it could be to the downside. But what I can tell you is the graph is standing very strong and it's not being pushed down crazy, and that shows that there is buying demand, and that shows that it is strength behind this project. These market makers, they want to take your money, okay, and we want to take their money. So we need to be smart and be prepared and be safe in this market, okay? So this is all I have for you guys today. My name is Daryl. I really appreciate it if you guys click the like button. I've been loving that I've been getting these comments. These make me really happy, and it encourages me to keep doing what I'm doing and sharing these projects with you. If you made some nice money in INJ, please just let me know in the comment below. Tell me like, how's those gains? I mean, I've been loving these gains. That pump was insane. That's some insane price action, and look at it, like it's literally, as we're going down, everyone's buying that dip. And thank you for watching this video all the way to the end. If you learned something, please just drop a comment below. Subscribe to the channel. Like, if you weren't subscribed to my channel, you weren't gonna get this call on INJ, and then you probably missed that pump. So YouTube's not gonna let you know unless you subscribe. So I highly recommend you guys subscribe. I'm gonna be giving you guys some very legit projects. I'm not gonna be like those other YouTube channels that are literally just giving projects out to pump coins. I want to actually help people. I'm good for myself. I did my share and like making my money, so I want to help other people out there. So if you like that, and if you're learning something from the channel, please click the like button. It really helps out and makes me really happy, and it encourages me to keep going. And drop a comment below and subscribe to the channel. All right, that's all I got for you today. Stay safe, stay healthy in these crazy times, and stay future proof.